everybody, welcome to this video of myself and Simon Bates.
Hello.
And Simon, this is a little bit different because we're not blowing in this particular video.
Nope.
But we just want to set out a little series of videos that we're going to do about ligatures. Now, yeah, that's the one. Some of you are going to be like, oh God, leave it alone with ligatures, they don't make any difference. And some of you are going to be, yeah, I want the latest one that NASA made that they sent to space and it's made from cryogenic somethings. Okay, and there's this huge divide amongst players, I think that's fair to say, isn't it, Simon? Because you're on the scene and you'll play with guys who say it makes no difference and others who spend hundreds of pounds.
Absolutely, yeah. I have been obsessed with ligatures for quite a long time now because, I mean, actually I've been using the same mouthpieces since about 1996, I think. And I've got a collection of ligatures like no other. Most people have a drawer full of mouthpieces. I've got a drawer full of ligatures, and I kid you not. I mean, actually, you know, being quite good friends with Franck Bichon, who makes them.
Yes, that probably doesn't help with the drawer.
Does help because, you know, he sends me over a few. Hey, you've got to try this, Simon. So, but you know, I'm convinced that the ligature actually makes much more difference than people give them credit. Yes, of course, it's the device that holds the reed to the mouthpiece. You know, simply that's what you've got to do. But you know, there are a couple of innovations which I think make an incredible difference. The first is the single screw. The ones that generally come with instruments have two screws on, which means that there's going to be an imbalance in the pressure. If you've got a single screw, basically it means that there's a nice balance and the reed's held quite securely on the mouthpiece. But you know, as I say, we fiddle around with reeds. We you know, I don't know about you guys out there, but I tend to buy a box of 10 reeds. 2 might work out of the box. Another 3 I can probably work with, and the other 5 will stay in a drawer, and maybe I'll give them away, or you know, revisit in the future because, of course, things do change. But you know, ligatures are because of the situation of it. You know, it's on the mouthpiece and it holds the reed. You know, the closer anything is to the mouth, the more difference it's going to make to the sound, which is why, you know, we fiddle around with necks and get different qualities from necks, and actually the neck screw as well. These things make more, you know, up here, make more of a difference to the tone, ironically, than the body of the saxophone itself.
Yeah, and the player can feel very sensitive to that as well. And a lot of what it is not necessarily what the person 20 feet away in the audience hears. You know, a ligature will change a little bit of the overall sound, perhaps, but maybe that's overpromised sometimes from manufacturers promising you impeccable intonation and excellent this and that. You know, to just be slightly real, but it does affect quite a lot to the player if the reed is not being held securely and evenly. That alerts the player. This little alarm goes off when you're playing, doesn't it? And it gives you that uncertainty that then maybe translates into your performance a little bit as well.
Of course, yeah. I mean, if your setup is secure, you're going to be more secure about your playing. You know, if you go for a top B flat and miss it because your reed is skew-if, then that's not going to sound great. So if you worry every time you go to play a bottom B flat when you're playing the solo on tenor, for instance, for In the Mood, we do it, then you know, you're going to worry about things. Also at the other end, you know, altissimo. If that's your bag, you need something that's going to make sure that the reed's held securely to get the best out of that. So, you know, my belief is a ligature can actually change your perception, the way you feel about your playing, to the positive.
Yeah. And we will get into it in the series. The different manufacturers use different materials, some slightly different design techniques, and those will affect maybe the resonance and the resistance levels that the player feels. But I think fundamentally, just to finish up, Simon, and then you guys can go and check out the series of videos that we've done, fundamentally it just has to work. And there's a few out there that maybe don't even do that. I mean, you know, we adjust when we're playing, we've got to adjust for tuning, you might be in a section, and it's just got to work, hasn't it? That's the fundamental.
Yeah, I mean, my advice for you, even if you've bought the ligature, if it moves when you move the mouthpiece, throw it away or don't buy it, because it's not a ligature which is designed for your mouthpiece. You know, people might moan about this and say, oh, yeah, it doesn't fit my mouthpiece, but there are so many different variations in mouthpieces and even reeds, you know, so you need something which is going to work for your setup. That's the end of the bottom line.
Absolutely. Cool. So stick with us on the series of videos that are coming up. check all of those out, all the different manufacturers, some of the top ligatures you can look at out there, and we'll be demonstrating them, we'll be blowing them, and you can hear our opinions on them and you can hear how they play as well. So stay tuned for that and keep subscribed to the Dawkes channel for more videos from myself and Simon.